Welcome, welcome. It's really great to see you. I'm Stevie C, and this is going to be another effort at my Journeyman save going across Asia. Bear with me while I just accidentally switch off my stream manager, which I didn't want to do. As we move on to, we're still in Jordan with AL-ARABI. We are currently sitting in 7th place in the league at very early days in the league, so we aren't going to be flying, I don't think, at this moment in time. But we are going to be trying our best to close the gap on the top 4 of it, which now at the moment currently sit with the 4 that you would expect to be at the top, sitting pretty up there. So hopefully we will be able to catch up with them at some point. We're currently sat with 2 defeats, a victory and a draw. But as you can see from the games that we've played, we lost 1-0 to Al-Wahdat. I think they actually... Oh, it might have been Jazeera actually won the league. I can't remember now. Last year was such a long time ago on this thing. I can't remember which one of them won it. But we managed to pull off wins against Al-Sahan and they're not the ones. There is another win in here somewhere. Oh no, there's a draw, isn't there? That was it. I was looking for another win. Al-Fazali. So Al-Fazali, a draw against them's not too bad. They are a team who very similar ability to us. Al-Wahdat and Jazeera. We were a little bit unlucky not to get something out of at least one of those 2 games. But we are sort of chasing these guys, really. And hopefully we can do that today. So our fixtures coming up, we've got Shabab Al-Udon, another one of the 4 that we're going to be chasing. And then Ma'an SC, you would hope that we could beat them. But they did sort of have our number last season, so we will have to try and overcome that. Then we've got Menshiat Bani Hassan. They are a new team to the league, so I don't really know exactly how they're going to play or how we're going to manage. We've just had a cup game, which we've managed to win quite comfortably. A nice 6-0 win with Al-Qadi, a couple for Al-Amari, the midfielder that we've got. Badman Yambugi and Purev managed to pull a goal off for us as well. And Ali Kale, the left-back, and Mohammed Al-Shati, the dominating central defender, also pulling a goal for us. So that's really good news that we were able to hit that kind of form in that cup game. It was against a much smaller team, so we can't really say that, take too much away from it. But the friendlies that we played kept us fit through the 38 days rest that we had between matches. And yeah, here we go. We have arrived at Shabab Al-Udon. The team at the moment is, if I can think where I want to go, recruitment, transfer history. That's the one that I want to go. So as you can see, we've brought in a lot of players this time, which hopefully will bolster our squad. It does bolster our squad because we had very few in depth of strength in our squad. And so we've got the Sultan, who takes charge of the midfield, attacking midfield. Al-Amari is probably now our best midfielder, or at least second best midfielder. Then we've got Rawad Al-Rafael, who is a free agent. Not had a lot from him yet. He's played a few games, but he's just like an extra number for the left back. Although he has played the last few games actually. So I'm going to sneeze in a sec. I pressed A button. I didn't know if it was mute or not, but I think it was. But there we go. Then we have Majan, a young guy who we brought in just to try and shore up our defence. He's getting some game time as well, so which is quite impressive, if I'm honest. Bashar Abayadat, easy names to say these, aren't they? Left winger who is a little bit of a sort of help. He's only had the one appearance so far. Got an assist in that appearance, so can't complain too much at that. Al-Shaboul, he's another left winger. Has had a few more games in the non-uncompetitive games, so. But again, he's got good finishing, good first touch, and he comes in from the left. We do play with inside forwards, so that is just nice for Al-Shaboul. Not the only Al-Shaboul that we have, but he also plays in the centre, I believe. We've been playing him there. I think that's where we've had him more often. And Al-Kadi is a striker with reasonable mentals and physicals, and is good finishing, and the rest is just about there as well. So we're quite happy with him. They're the ones that have come. The ones that have gone. Gambat is my little guy who I brought from BCH Lions, which is a club that we've come from in the past. And it's very sad to see him go. He's one of two players who I brought with me from that club. The other one being Purev, who we saw in that cup game, managed to bag a goal. And I was quite happy with him. Kwamala Harris. Disappointed to see Kwamala go, mainly because of his nickname. I thought it was hilarious. But Ala Al-Shatnawi, another player who we've let go. None of these players are actually really bad, but we just needed to make room for some better players that were coming through. Katayashat, he was okay as a striker, got us some goals last season, but hopefully he'll be happy where he is. And Mohamed Haddad is only on loan, so he still belongs to us, but he seems to be progressing nicely on loan. That is something at least. And all the rest of these are actually on loan as well. So, again, good improvement happening for Awakla. Yeah, Alawakla. Ala Mujan is on loan at Sahab. And the last one is Omar Salah. Or as we would have called him, Omo Salah. Central defender who probably will never feature for us. He's only 17 now, but his heading's got to vastly improve. He's not getting much game time in his loan spell, so I can't see that happening myself. But he's there and he's on loan, and that's the teams. Very quickly look at the tactics that we're running at the moment. So in possession, it's a basic 4-2-3-1. Out of possession, it drops back into a basically 8-man defence and a pressing midfielder in front, and there's one striker as an outlet, and that is the team, the tactics. And yeah, I don't think there's anything special to show you in the team instructions. If you're interested, there they are. So shorter passing, lower tempo, high press, higher line, which is a very brave tactic to play when you compare the quality of some of the top teams compared to us. We do have a second one which we play for a pressing team, which is basically the same formation, if I remember correctly. Uh, yeah, so yeah, exactly the same formation. Team instructions are slightly different. Standard passing, standard tempo, wider, and everything in the all instructions is geared to getting the ball either through balls or over the top, trying to get the striker clean through one on one with the keeper. And that's really that. Out of possession, a little bit deeper a line and lower block, because this is for teams that are pressing right up and high. So we need to make sure that our line is protecting our own box at the same time. But that's the main tactic that we do. The sitter, well, depending, I suppose, on what the other team plays. And the way we find that out, obviously, is we go to the opposition report, formation analysis, expected tactical style is high press. So we'll play the presser tactic. I remember now, this is the one we more often play because you get more pressing teams. 4-2-3-1 is what they're expected to play. So doesn't mean that they definitely will, but we'll trust for that. What was I? Formation analysis, expected tactical. Okay, so let's head on to our next game. Hopefully I haven't brought us in with too long to go. There's nothing to worry about in terms of signing players at the moment. We've got the scouts hopefully doing their job. I always forget to make sure that the recruitments are working. Let's have a quick look at the recruitment focuses. Are they working? Still in progress. Yeah. So we've got players who potentially we could be buying, but our biggest problem is we haven't got no money. Where are we in our finances? So we've got nearly £1,000 in wages to spend, which is okay. It's probably the equivalent of at least one more player. Certainly a good player would probably be spending most of that budget on. If you look at our own average wage, if we go to the squad, we've got the wage on the general. Yeah, so the top men are paid about 600 to 700. That's sort of the wages that you're looking at this league, and we're going to need more of those top guys. Our best player, by the way, is this guy here. For me, anyway, he's my favourite player. He's 19. We've had him since he came through the youth, and his current abilities 4-star, his potential abilities maybe 5-star. He's beginning to plateau out a little bit in his form, but he is very good. And I think he's just been overshadowed a little bit by Amari, who has come in and taken the team by storm, wherever he is. AL-ARABI, there we go. So he's come in and he's started to really cook. He's got three goals and an assist, but he has been playing exceptionally well. So where are we? 4 days, not too bad. I hope you are well. If you've tuned in to watch, I appreciate you being there, and feel free to leave a message, and I will try and keep my eye on the messenger and make sure that I can see what is going on. We are, of course, live on YouTube. So hello to YouTube and hello to Twitch. I appreciate those of you that tune in on either channel. Ahmed Mansour injured for a couple of days, so it's likely we'll be missing him for that game. He is probably one of our key players for the right back role. Been winning a lot of headers as young Mansour. He's been doing a good job for us. So Matan have won a game, which is not good because that will mean that they have either gained points on us or now overtaken us. Okay, so let's look at the team, see what we've got. So Mansour is back. How fit is he? That is the question. He seems to be okay, actually. So I think we'll keep him on. Hamad can't play in this match. So we'll try and put our better team out, I think. Shall we? Let's do a quick pick. And then we'll just double check that I agree with our... I don't agree about the attacking midfielder. That's the only thing I'd say. I'm gonna give the Sultan another game out. Diabat, wherever he's gone. Al Diabat has not been playing particularly well in the chances that he's had. Although I suppose he did well in some of the friendlies, but why has it got? Do you know it? I don't know if you've noticed it doing this, but it says you got a player in the team who you haven't when you click go to match. So you click go to match again, and it's gone, and it's a different message. But that's something that I've noticed since the last update. It's been doing another bug. Always go for the revenge one when it's there. Try and G the guys up. Let's see how we get on with this, our first game of the stream. Again, it is a difficult game. If we do lose it, there's no shame on the manager, I promise you. Should check. It's on key highlights. When I'm not on the stream, sometimes I mess about with it, have it on 2D and all sorts. So we do get a highlight, 18 minutes in. Al-ARABI gives it to Mansour. To Al-ARABI. Bani Yassin. Zlatan plays it out wide. Triple A charges inside with it, keeps it in, comes back out, and then slots it home. Fantastic little bit of dribbling from Triple A. He's fast becoming our biggest goal threat on that side. And that is 1-0. What a start to the game. I always like being ahead because it sort of gives you more of a hope that you, at the very worst, will only draw. Doesn't always work out like that, but it is sort of in my mental psyche. That's how I see it. I'd rather be 1-0 up than 1-0 down. So Triple A plays it to Kale. Bani Yassin's given the ball away there, and now we are defending. Bani Yassin, good tackle, but they've got lucky that they went straight to their player. And they've gone for goal. Sokon has it covered. He rolls it out to Rawabda as the highlight rolls on. Amari. And that's the end of the highlight. Kim Yu-song launches the ball forward. looking a little bit dangerous, but Al-Shati picks up the ball, doesn't mess about, sends it down the pitch, but it's coming back again. Oh, what a finish that was from AM Hisham. That's 1-1. Can't argue with that. We've set them up so that they take long shots, and he's absolutely pulled that one out of the bag. Keeper had no chance. Pretty good goal. Not too much we could have done with that, except for charging into him, but he may well have skinned our man and got clean through if we'd have done that. So Bani Yassin does well, gets back there. We were looking like we were going to get stretched again. We are beginning to, I think, struggle now. I think they're beginning to exert their dominance on us. Bani Yassin, that's twice now he's given that away. He could be having a very short game today. Bani Yassin is to blame for that goal, having done so well chasing back on the previous one. But if he does it again, he'll be off. As a deep line playmaker, you only get 3 chances. I'm going to berate him. Where are you? Why are they all... There we go. So Bani Yassin, berate. You should get the hint there that I was not very happy with that. It's cheered him up, actually. Not sure that's the effect that I wanted it to have. Yeah, they're definitely in control of the game now. Triple A brings the ball forward. Plays it out to Mansour. He comes back to Bani Yassin. Amari. Gives it to the Sultan. Zlatan tries to thread him through. Oh! Zlatan with a shot from outside the area. That was very nearly a replica of their goal. The highlight rolls on, and they are beginning to build an attack now. Khatib is through, and that's 3-0. 3-1. Being 1-0 up feels like a long time ago now. I mean, they have been pretty clinical in the highlights that we've seen. Nearly every shot has been a dangerous one if it hasn't been. I mean, look at that, 9 shots out of 11 on target. When do we ever get stats like that? Bani Yassin with the corner. We do a short corner routine on here. Bani Yassin, look at them, they've left him completely unchallenged, and he's gone for the shot. That was close. We are beginning to see a few more corners in the highlights on the game. I don't know if they've addressed some of the issues, but you were never getting to see the corners before. Obviously, we didn't get to see the second corner there, but I don't really know what we can do about that. I think we're in the wrong tactic. So we'll try the pressing tactic for the second half. And when I say pressing, it's to do with them pressing. But that was why we're losing. That's going to be my excuse anyway. The players should have known that we were in the wrong tactic and done the other one. Like I say, these are a better team, so we'll come out with this opposing tactic. There you go. Do you see how he was trying to get the ball through? And there again, Zlatan. Why are you putting your hand up? There's no way he was offside then. What are they talking about? That's why they're winning. They've got a Jedi. They're using the Force. Oh, well tackled. Bani Yassin. That's one thing he's done well today. As the Sultan charges forward. Takes a shot, but just lacks the finish on the ball. But we seem to be a little bit more in the game this second half. So what we got to do? Zlatan, despite having some good shots, doesn't appear to be playing too well. Triple A's playing well. The Sultan, not so well. So Al-Shaboul can come on for him. And Amari's having a shocker. But I'm going to take Bani Yassin off. Purely because he's made the mistakes and he does look a little bit tired. So here comes the Jedi. I mean, their shots look innocuous, but then they nearly go in every time. "20 minutes to go. We are going gung-ho. It could lead us to a heavy defeat, but we're going to try and do something. Because we are losing." Looks like we've killed the highlights by going very attacking. Oh, there is a highlight. May not be ours. Mansour picks up the ball. Where's he going to go with it? Gives it to Amari. Al-Shati. Khatib. Plays it out to Kale. Kale runs down the wing with it. Swings across to the far post. Al-Abzi headers it. And wow. Caddy should have scored that there. Now Caddy. Looks like that's the end of the game. I think we were competitive in the end in that match, particularly the second half, but unfortunately we had the wrong tactics loaded. So they'll get a bit of criticism from me for that, because they shouldn't have conceded the easy goals. They are a much better team than us, but it does leave us perilously close to the relegation zone, which we don't want to be there for too long if we can help it. Ma'an had a good win in their last game, so hopefully we can get ourselves up and running when we play them in 7 days' time. There's a lot of bad trainers and so it's Al-Amari, but not the midfielder. Beginning to wonder if I put the wrong Al-Amari. No, I did quick pick, so unless my assistant manager did. But interaction, one, criticise training. You better improve, man. Khaled, one, criticise training. It's all the goalkeepers, man. What is wrong with y'all? I wish they had one here saying I can't pick you if you're not training very well. No. Warning, criticise training. So there we go. Hopefully they'll all book their ideas up now and recognise that they're not getting away with being rubbish trainers. We need everybody pulling together in the right direction when you're set for a season of struggle. Most of the teams that come up from this league go down first season, and if they don't go down first season, they often go down the second season. So obviously initial task in this league is to survive. It is a massive difference between this league and the league below. It's like going from the League 2 in the English system, as in, and I mean the fourth tier, straight up to the Premier League. There is such a massive gap. Quasi Mohammed, I'm hoping this guy will come good, but his loan spell's not going very well at the moment. But he is at a side that are struggling, I think, so it's not all his fault. Ali, 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 oh. Ali, 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 oh. AL-ARABI are the team for me. Oh, what? That's why he wasn't available for the last match. They've called him back. Well, I did. That's not fair, is it? So we're now one less player in the squad. Fantastic. I'm really liking Kale in our left back position. I think he's coming on nicely. Says he's showing pleasing progress there. He is bumping up the stars. Pretty sure he wasn't that many stars when I first put him in. So where are we? Al-Amari has picked up an injury. So Khatib, who will be getting disappointed with the lack of games he's had, because he was supposedly our best midfielder. So who do we want to put on the bench as our cover? How about Badman Yambuge Pore? Might give Swafter a game as well, because we conceded a few goals in the last game. We should check what we're coming up against as well. Opposition support, high press. So they do seem to change throughout the season as well, what they're playing, these teams. So you do have to keep alert. So we'll go to our presser tactic. We'll keep the same team other than that. Those couple of little changes that were made. The only thing I would do is put Khatib as the deep line playmaker. Try and get Bani Yassim forward a little bit more. I think he's going to be more effective. So I'm going to be a little bit more demanding in this one. This is a game that I think we should be winning. They did beat us several times by 3 goals last season, though, so I will suggest that we're not exactly guaranteed a victory here. We did win the important one at the end of the season, which secured, well, I say secured, we actually survived quite easily in the end. But we had just this run at the end where we won 3 or 4 games in a row, and it was what took us above all of the other strugglers and kept us nice and safe. And actually, one of the best teams in the league got relegated because they had a bad run at the wrong time. So we're not seeing many highlights here. We've had 3 shots apiece. They've now had 1 more than us. There we got to go a whole half without one. Here's Triple A. Zakeo. Al-Khatib. Gives it to Triple A. Sultan. Zlatan. Doesn't play the through ball. Mansour. Where's he going with it? Al-Khatib. Zlatan. Triple A from the edge of the area. Wins the corner. Good save by the keeper. Come on, boys. You can do this. We go to half-time. We are probably just slightly the better team, but not guaranteed on a victory. I'm going to move us up to positive, I think, for the second half. We'll just address the team and try and encourage them. I'll say I'm happy with the performance so far, but I believe that we can win this. I think, personally, I think I'd rather have our team than their team. So Bani Yassin comes away with the ball. Tried to play it forward, but hits the player in front of him. And just like in the last game, has left us struggling a little bit here. So there's the through ball that we've been worrying about. And Socom makes a good save. That should have been a goal. Second half, we are not in the game, so we need to switch to cautious. We'll go the opposite way. A long ball forward. Triple A can't win the header. It's coming back our way, and that is good target man form there. Kale makes a tackle. It wasn't a foul, apparently, so after has given the ball away. What a clown. Oh. How they did not score there, I do not know. But Suafta has just put his own head on a platter there. That was absolutely terrible. So Triple A is on a card and nervous. And Mansour's aggressive. That's not a good sign. Suafta can come off for Rawabda. And a couple of changes. Hopefully the fresh legs will bring us a little bit more. I think we're going to give him a shout of demand more as well, because we're not seeing enough in this game. We have to defend another corner, and they've scored from it. Damn, direct from the corner. Can't believe that at all. What I've done with my earphones so I could listen to my computer. So we're going to do the usual. See the end of the highlights by pressing very attacking. We are going for it. So the Sultan gives it to Kale. Kale, will he swing the crossing? There's loads of people to aim for. He's not crossed it yet. He has now. Oh, Al-Khatib. How could he have been offside? Don't talk stupid. That was ridiculous. Said he was offside and he was like deep in the area. Kale. Al-Shabu. Khatib sends it long. Sultan, good control, and that is a penalty every day of the week. If we score this, then we've managed to rescue a draw. We should be winning this game. Tell you what, he's lucky it was only a yellow, to be honest. Oh, we've got the defender on penalties. Keep forgetting to take him off. But he scored. Well done, Roabda. 1-1. Can we sneak something? We're staying on very attacking. It could be a mistake. Usually is. But they would deserve a win if we got it. It's looking like no more highlights. We've got a draw. Not the worst result in the world. And I would have preferred a victory there. But at least we didn't lose. I feel like I could still hear the crowd. And we're not in the game anymore. Let's see if it's coming through on stream as well. Oop, 1-2. 1-2. Is anything coming through on the stream? It's not looking like it at the moment. One, two. 1-2. What's going on here? One, two. 1-2. Ah, there we go. I don't know whether you've been hearing me or not, to be honest. But I can still hear the crowd. I don't know what's going on with that. Just got to check that there's nothing playing on my other. Yeah, don't know what's going on with that. It must be FM26, that's the problem. That's muted. That's not even playing, so can't be that one. What is going on with that? So I can switch it off for you. It'll be a bit annoying, that because you won't hear the match noises, but I'm stuck with it in my ear. Turn it down a bit. I've no idea what's causing it. It seems to be the game audio that is registering it, so I don't know what's going on with that. Oh, I wanted to see how Kwasi got on. How did you get on, Kwasi? Please tell me you've scored a goal. Another poor game. There's only so long you can blame it on how bad the team is, Kwasi. So still getting improvements from Bani Yassin, so that's good. I mean, we've got to win this next game now. This is against the team bottom of the league. This is definitely going to be one of our most important games of the season now. What are we? Middle of October. So we're still a while before we need to think about transfers. Financially, we're not in a great shape. If you look at us, we're 360,000 in debt, and can't see any way of us pulling ourselves out of that. At best, we'd get 100,000 for a player if we were to sell them. So I'd be very surprised if we get an offer for a player that is enough to take us out of debt. Badi Yassin is probably my biggest hope for that. If somebody came in for him, we might get 500,000 if we're lucky. But we would be being very lucky if we did. Oh, starting to get a bit cold. So we are expected to win the match as well. That is going to be a bit more pressure on us. What are we? Another team high pressing, so we'll keep the same tactic. Not sure whether we keep Zlatan on though. Oh, there we go. Ugh. This is a difficult jumper to get on. Whew. Right, so we'll keep the same midfield. We did okay in the last game. I think we'll put Aquaman on if he's fit. He may not be fit. Sometimes it doesn't tell you when they're down there. I'm going to give Purev a go ahead of Sultan as well. And I think we'll keep Suafta on for now, and Rawabda can come on if we're struggling again. I think that's the team for today. It'd be amazing if Purev can be the difference between us and this other team. If you don't know the backstory, this is the guy down here, Badman Yambugin Purev, who he's a Mongolian attacking midfielder striker who has travelled with me from our previous club, BCH Lions. He's not the best in the world, but he's certainly been prolific for me in scoring. Even though he's only 1 star here, he's still scored a few goals for us. So we need to win this game. This is a vitally important game for us. Just got to try and keep an eye on the turnovers of possession. See what they do on the transitions. At the moment, they're up beyond the halfway line, so they do seem to be pressing a high line. But until we've got the ball, I'm a oh, I thought we were going to be behind before we even got a chance to see us with the ball. Come on, guys, get the ball. We are behind before we've had a chance to touch the ball. Unbelievable. Shouldn't be having to berate him this early on. Oh, he's offside. I've just berated him for no reason. Come on, get the ball. This is not looking good at the moment. They are battering us. 3 minutes in and they've had 3 shots. I'm getting a bit concerned here. Let's get at them. We're at home. They're dominated us. I am not happy. Well done. We've won the ball now. Let's see what they do. Yeah, there's plenty of space behind for him to run into. And if you look at Purev going there. There we go. Purev. I've just been bigging you up, man. How many goals you score. That was a sitter. His movement, though, exceptional. Not blessed with the most pace in the world. So Bani Yassin with a free kick in a dangerous area. He comes out to Al-ARABI, who gives it back to Bani Yassin. Al-ARABI with the shot. Wow, what a finish that was. I think it was top bins, but it was hit with power, that's for sure. So a little bit of a passing exchange from Al-ARABI and Bani Yassin. And boom, straight in top bins. Nice. So we'll drop to cautious now. We've got the lead. It's up to them to come forward and try and ruin our day, isn't it? Their corner. Our lovely short corner routine. Yassin and Purev work it well together. Good crossing. Oh, Al-ARABI should have scored again. Trouble was, he was so close to Purev, he probably didn't have time to adjust his head. Oh, they've given it right back to AAA, who has spooned it over the bar. I'm beginning to think now we should be way ahead of them. We've had a couple of really good chances. Purev missed one. Al-ARABI's just missed another. AAA skying that one. We should have had at least one more goal. Bani Yassin plays AAA. AAA on the wing. Comes back to Kale. Gets it back. Gives it back to Kale. Kale has... Oh, he's hit the post and Purev does not show the same instinct as the defender does for getting the ball. All of a sudden, we have begun to turn it on in this game. Purev is taken down. Come on, ref. Second penalty in as many games. There's no Rawabda who's going to take it. Aquaman. Yes! So we have a 2-0 lead. I said I liked a 1-0 lead before. I like a 2-0 lead even better. When I said that last time, though, we would have still lost because we ended up conceding 3 goals. So after a very shaky start, we seem to have got ourselves in control of this game. And that takes us to half time. 55% possession, 11 shots to 6, 5 to 2 on target, 2.38. So we've actually scored less goals than the XG. And that is something that we've definitely would say that we should have scored at least another goal. Although, of course, the XG will be greatly increased because of that penalty. So they're not panicking, are they? They're playing some nice football here. And that guy, I'm not going to try and pronounce his name. Zalda, I think it's a silent M. So Badi Yassin with a free kick. Gone for goal. The keeper is equal to it. It was a little bit far out for that, to be fair. So Al Shatti plays it out to Kale. Kale, Triple A, Kale on the overlap. Comes back into Al Khatib, who has been very tightly marked there. The flick on, I thought Porev was going to be in then, but it was just a little bit too far in front of him. The highlight is rolling on. Out they come again with their passing. A lot of space there for Mohammed. Zalda gets another shot away. I think we need to try and nip that in the bud, but I don't know quite how. Let's have a look at the tactics. So I'm going to try our Katim in defensive midfield and see if we can just keep them a little bit quieter in that area. That is probably the logical thing to do there. Checking the energy levels of our men. They all seem okay at the moment. Tactics, anything that we want to do. Let's put Rawabda on. How tired is Al Shatti? Yeah. So we'll give Rawabda and Sawafda a go together. It's a good thing with our three centre backs is that they all seem to be in a good understanding of each other. They got the green rainbow. So time is ticking away here. Al Shaboul, I'll bring on for AAA. He's looking like he could be tired. And we'll take Mansour off and give Majali 15 minutes. He's been quite a servant for somebody who's basically been back up for several positions in the team. So it's nice when he gets on the pitch, even if it's not for very long. So Suafta plays it to Kale. Gives it to Rawabda. Suafta, good control. I mean, if they're going to let us play it around at the back there, that's no problem for me. Bani Yassin. Good running. Oh, is that another penalty? It's a nasty tackle, whatever. Oh, it's outside the box. Thought it was a penalty, but they have got a red card now, so hopefully that should make any sort of like fight back impossible. I've just realised that it's basically full time. So we've done the job today. This is like I say, one of the games that it was very important that we were to win it. We've managed to get ourselves to full time, I think, without conceding a goal as well, which is always good. Porev, but we were going to get to do the chant of Badman Yambugin Porev. I'm very happy with the result, the way that they played. considering we had a very ropey start, we did eventually dominate the game. So Al-Absi was pretty good in that game as well. So we can give him a bit of praise. Last season, he was sensational for us. Just realised we're about 4 follows away from the magic 25. Don't think we'll get there today, but it would be cool if we did. So Aquaman resumes full training. Was he injured? Right. So who's... Socon. Don't make me have to drop you. Warn player, criticise training. Khaled, you're always training. I don't think you train very well. But that worked. Actually got to tell him that if he doesn't improve, he's going to get his butt kicked. Warn player, criticise training. So Purev didn't respond quite so well, which considering me and him are tight, that's a bit disappointing, really. I think I'll just let you get away with it. You're just not quite in the red. So who have we got next? Al Hussein. Oh, that's another butt kicking that we're in for. Amazing how many teams have changed the tactics from last season. There was loads that were just like sitting back and absorbing the pressure and trying to hit you on the break. And this season, they all seem to be pressing. Let's see if Al Hussein are the same. We have suffered some heavy defeats to these in recent times. So, what did I want to look? Opposition report. Yep, so they're expecting the same again. So we'll keep the same tactic. Now, our caddy's injured. It was quite possible our caddy could have got his game today, but looks like Aquaman's coming back in. Oh, that is a disaster. That has quite literally derailed our whole season. Bani Yassin has suffered a badly fractured lower arm and will be missing for quite some time. We're going to send him to a specialist, even though we can't afford it, because we need him back as soon as possible. But he is going to be gutted with that. He was such a key player for us. I'm gonna just have a look at the thing now. And so where are we? We are November. So we're talking November, December, January, February is when he's going to come back. So if he's back early February, that won't be as bad as it could have been, because there's only 2 games in December and 2 games in January. So he might, in all, he might miss about 7 games. It just depends how quickly he comes back and gets to full fitness. I've been tempted to keep Purev in the side, but with him having the training argument with me, I think it's a sign that I should take him back out again. So, Bani Yassin, breaking my heart to take you out, but we've got to do it. So, right, who do we put? I think we'll put Al Shaboul in for Purev. And Purev can come down and get the right Al Diabat, because there is 2. He can go there, and I think that is. We'll put Rawabda back in for this match. I think everybody else is health-wise looking okay. Let's go to match. So, like I say, this could be a tough game for us. The last few have been a hard watch. I'm pretty sure we conceded about 6 goals against them last time we played. Coming off a victory, though, hopefully we'll be encouraged. And we are a slightly better team than last time we met. So a throw in with Mansour in a reasonably dangerous position. Amari gives it back to Mansour, gives it back to Amari. Khatib, Mansour. Excellent play, and AAA slots it home, assuming it's not offside. That is a great start against a team that we're not expected to do very well against. Look at the passing and moving there. Absolutely superb, and a good finish from AAA. AAA, of course. If you think of the Arabic names that we've got to deal with, it was something like Ali Abdullah or something like that, but 3 A's, and that's why he got the name AAA. So, play it out from the back now. Al Hussein. They will be keen to get back into this game as quickly as possible. Rawabda dealt with that, but didn't really head it in the direction of any of our players, which would have been better. Impressive footwork by Bani there, but his shot was from a long way out with no power. I'd have been disappointed if that had gone in. So they are beginning to control the game now. So let's drop to cautious, see if we can just keep them quiet. Seems to be working so far. We're not seeing any. I think that's a good bit of advice from my assistant manager there. Play for set pieces. So playing out from the back again. Ferras, Awadat, They bring it forward. Suleiman. Aquaman nips in, makes a tackle, but plays the ball through, but Aquaman wasn't interested in chasing that one. And that's half time. Give the boys a round of applause for that, because that was sensational. They have been in complete control of the ball. I'm happy with your performance so far. But I will sort of criticise the midfield and just say that I want you to hold on to the ball a little bit more. So Abu Sokan is going to boot the ball long. I suspect this will be coming straight back at us. Khatib has won it back, and Aquaman is tackled. Still, we've got the ball. We've got an injured player, though. That's not good. I can't read who that is, but we've gone and scored. I was trying to read who the injured player was, so I've absolutely no idea how we've scored. It's Al Khatib who's down. I hope he's not seriously injured, because we have lost one of our key midfielders already. Triple A brought the ball down and fed it to Aquaman. And we've got a 2-0 lead with an hour to go. But what is going on with Khatib? He's not even the one who's injured now. So the Sultan can come on for Khatib. Not sure why that's blowing up like that. Out of possession. All right, okay. No idea what's going on there. And Triple A is injured, so we could put Majali on. He doesn't really play that position. But I'm thinking of trying to tighten up at the back. So I'm going to put this guy on here. Move Al Shatti to the middle and put him there. And switch Al Shabul out there. Now in possession, he still needs to go down here. And Al Shabul can go out to there. And we'll go with a 5. Yeah, a 5-4-1, I suppose that would be. Just trying to shut up shot a little bit. And we'll try and be a bit more defensive as well. Just check that everybody position-wise is correct. I think we are. I think we'll keep Sawafter in case we get another injury. I was going to put Sawafter on as well, but we've had 2 injuries. So we are going to be a bit backs to the wall, I think, now. We're losing what is our key midfielder of the midfielders that we've got on the pitch. Socom saves it, but it's a corner. We have conceded goals from the corners as well. We've got a throw in a dangerous area. The highlights are coming thick and fast now. Mansour tries to hoof it away, but it's coming straight back at us. I mean, if they keep shooting from that distance, they may get a goal. But to be honest, I'm happy for them to keep shooting from there. Let's try and go much lower with the tempo. And see if we can slow things down a little bit. I mean, we've managed to keep them quiet till 5 minutes to go. Where's he going with this, Sokan? He should just play it short, but by the time he's taking, I'm suspecting he might not. He has done. AL-ARABI launched it long, not really what I wanted him to do, and they're going to score. Oh, man, what do you do now? What do you do now? I think this is what we do. Play him as a half-back. Out of possession. Dropping defensive midfielder. Now Shatty there. Team instructions, much shorter. Need to try and hang on to this ball now. Please don't throw it away. Well, last minute. Last minute. Oh, what a victory that is. Well done, boys. Incredible. Nobody gave us a chance. And we've managed to pull off a fantastic victory there. So, what's this? 4 players are injured. AAA is out for 3 to 4 weeks. And Al-Khatib for 2 weeks. Could have been worse, that one, but does leave us struggling a bit for our next couple of games. Don't think I've had any particular injury crisis in any of these teams that I've managed. This could be the first time that we've headed that way. The next game is a cup game, so it's not the end of the world if we weren't to win it. I don't know much about the team that we're playing. Margaia Al-Saham. Where do they play? They're in Division 1. And they're a team that's struggling in Division 1. In fairness. Al-Ali, by the way. That is one of... Well, in fact, the 2 teams that went down are currently sitting first and second. That just demonstrates to you what I was saying before about the difference in quality between the top division and this division. It is massive. And the teams that go down tend to go straight back up again. Salt are a team that did go down fairly recently. So they will be disappointed not to have come up last time. And I think my team going up spoiled things a little bit because they weren't expected to go up the year that we went up. We won that league easy, to be fair. But then we come into this league and we got one heck of a shock. See who else can get injured. Hey, I tell you what, we've got 15 days until the match. So that will be most of the injury. When are you going to get a goal for me, Quasi? Can I call him back? I can. I'm gonna call him back. You can come play for me. I think he'll be disappointed at coming back, to be honest, but he can come and warm my bench, and he's a good plan B. 6'5". He's only young, so he's got to learn how to score goals. But I'm sort of like trying to coax him into a prolific goal scoring model. But he hasn't scored a goal yet. He's got to be the worst striker that I have ever seen on the game. So, I mean, it'd be good to have him back actually, because Aquaman now is going to have to play on the left. Because Triple A is going to be missing for quite a bit of time. So Al-Amari, I mean, he was a great catch. I think we've done really well to get him. I've just realised something. I recalled him back from loan, and we won't be able to play him anyway. That might have been a mistake. You can't register players. Oh well, you can come and warm the bench. Mind you, he might not need registering for the cup, so he can play today. Or when I say today, I mean in 11 days when we finally get to the next game. So we're going to play either Al Ramfa or Ma'an, who we've already had a tight game against. I think that was who we got. Oh no, it's Al Saria. I think that is the team that's in our league. Al Saria. Oh no, they're not. It's not the team I was thinking of. They are also in Division 1. We're getting a pretty kind draw, at least. I mean, what are we? We are November now. So Quasi Mohammed will get to play in this next game. And then he'll be missing for about 6 weeks because, unless there's another cup game in that time. We can't assume we'll definitely get through in this one. But it's a tough question of how long we stay here with this team in Jordan, because we did get a chance to leave and go to India, and I very nearly took it. But I thought I just want to give one more year just to prove that survival last season wasn't a fluke. So Al Khatib is back, and he is fairly fit as well. So that's something. I'm not going to play him in the cup game, though. I think we don't want to take too much of a risk there. But it did say it was fairly low risk, didn't it? $200 games. Is that just with these, or 200 games in management? It's taken me nearly 10 years to get there because all the leagues I've been playing in, they barely play any matches. Would have happened in half the time if I'd have been in England. I mean, this is the most matches we have in a season is this league, and it's 27, which is a weird number. to check the style of the team that we're coming up against. They're expected to play the same as everybody else. So, team. So, Aquaman. Let's do this the right way. Where are you, my mate Quasi? Is he in the under 21s? There he is, Quasi Mohammed. 2 silver stars. Just wondered if there's a youngster who wants to have a go on the left before I go and put Al-Khatib. He's the guy. So Purev, you could go on the bench. Replace Zlatan. Oh, Zlatan wasn't on the bench. Let's get rid of the under 21s again, reduce the numbers. So Purev could replace who we're going to replace? Al-Khadi. And you can be replaced by Aquaman. And other than that, we'll keep the team the same, shall we? So these two here, I've noticed they're in the wrong position when it comes to that. So we'll switch them over and we'll go to the match. Oh, confirm. Yes. And off we go for the cup game. AL-ARABI. We don't want to talk to the press. So Quasi Mohammed, we'll keep an eye on him. He's slow as they come, lazy as they come. But hopefully he'll have learnt something while he played his 10 games on loan. Where's my big guy? Where are you? Like he's like not even in the game. Well, we've gone and scored. Al-Shati has done it. What are you doing over there, Quasi? He's playing as the last man of defence. He's got about 4 pace. How's he going to keep up with somebody if they're on the counter attack? Fortunately for us, Al-Shati, the big guy, has jumped and headed that home, and we've got an early lead. Hopefully, we'll be able to stick a few goals in, and I'm quietly hopeful that Quasi Mohammed will get a goal. He has not scored yet, and I'd be so pleased for him if he did finally score a goal. But it's not looking likely, and if he hasn't scored by half time, he may be finding himself taken off. He is doing a bit of running around, which is not like him. That's more like him, just walking around, not being any good for anything. This is the first time they've shown any sort of danger. We're going to go attacking. We need a goal. We could well be going in at half time with a narrow lead. That's not what we want at all. Right, so we've got a throw in right before the half time. Al-Khatib. Al-Shaboul gets a cross in, and Al-Absi is the one who's there to meet it with his head. No idea where Mohammed was in all of that. There he is. I'm just watching his movement now, Mohammed, and he's going the wrong way from goal. Left himself way too much to do to get into a useful position. But thankfully, Al-Absi was there to compensate for that, and we do get the second goal. And hopefully now it will be plain sailing from here. You're doing brilliantly so far, but Quasi, you've not been great. I can see why they kept subbing you off. So tactics. Purev, you can come on for Mohammed. And we'll go strikerless. That should throw them off a little bit. Do like my strikerless formations in 26. I think it's, I won't say overpowered, but it's got to be pushing that way. It's certainly one of the better tactics once your team is used to it. Mansour wins a header, gives it to Amari. Purev plays a good ball, and now Purev skins his man. He's got to go for goal himself. Wins a corner, but I'd have preferred him to just roll it into the path of one of the other players. I think we could really do with another goal just to cement this. Al-Absi, can he oblige? He cuts inside, plays it out to Mansour, gives it to Kale, and Kale with a shot. It's going to be a corner we probably won't see. Nope. So we do get to see this corner, though, which Al-Absi and Shaboul are the ones that take it, and that was sensational. And somehow Mansour has hit the post. So we'll come all the way back to Rawabda, and that's the end of the highlight. A little bit unlucky with that one, though. I think that could have been a goal. We'll drop down to positive now. Just be a little bit wary of conceding a goal. We don't want to let them back into this game. We've got a lot of greens in our ratings. Al-Absi pulls it back to Mansour, who finds Amari. And Mohamed Al-Amari has scored a few goals this season. That is another one where he's found himself in a good position and got the shot away and been successful. Great finish. So Khatib is looking tired. So we'll bring the Sultan on in his place. Switch them two over. And Suafta can come on for Al-Shati, who has had a good game. And I think that's it. That's all our subs used. Mohamed Nasri does well for them in goal. Comes out and collects that ball before Aquaman could run onto it. The Sultan, Rawabda between them. I've got us back on the attack. Al-Absi charging through. Goes for goal himself. really wanted him just to thread it through. He had players in great positions past that last defender. So I think 3-0's letting them get off lightly, to be honest. This should have been 5 or 6. If we can see the goal now, I'll be annoyed. Very nearly did. Took a great save from Sokon. So Kale to Khatib. Amari gives it to Sultan. Sultan goes back to Sawafta. Shabul. Purev is in the middle. Alabs is Purev still waiting in the middle. It's come to him, and Sultan is able to get it when Purev was just dispossessed as he was hoping to control the ball. And it fell nicely into the path of the Sultan, and he has slotted it home. And that finishes off the game. I hope Purev gets the assist for that, because he deserves something out of that. He wasn't given the assist. What a shame, because he deserved it. Nice work, everyone. Yeah, I think I'll go with that. We march on in the cup. Looks like the fans like Shabul. So our finances continue to plummet. We need rescuing somehow. So we're in a good run of form, really, aren't we? I'd be a bit reticent to stop at this time, because we are doing very well. I am beginning to get a bit tired, though, so we maybe do one more game, and definitely that'll be the last one if it doesn't go very well. We've actually got 3 games which are winnable coming up. But the games will start spreading out a little bit as well soon. We get to the point where we only have a couple of games in the next 2 months. So AAA is coming back to full fitness, which is a bit quicker than I was expecting. A Scottish guy, Aaron Bone. Elgin would like to get rid of him. Charming. His best role is a fullback. I don't really think that we need him. We've got loads of right backs. I wouldn't have minded a Scot coming along, joining the team. Somebody who can speak my language. Getting tired of speaking all this Arabic. Marhaban. Kaifa haluk. Ana bakhail. Shukran. Yeah, it gets a bit tiresome speaking a second language. So Al Bakar is the team that we played next. I think they are below us in the league. Yeah, we are in 5th place at the moment. Just move my phone so I can see exactly how far off the top 4 we are. We are 4 points off the next team, but a massive 8 points off Al Hussein. We do have a game in hand, though, so that could come down to 5. I think we're doing okay. And if we can keep this form that we've got going, into the bigger teams and pick off a couple more of them, I think we could possibly get ourselves in the mix, which wouldn't have been expected at the start. But just as easily, we could lose to Al-Bakar today and be right back in with the lower teams, which we definitely don't want. So opposition report tells us that they're playing a mid-block, which is a little bit less aggressive than the other guys have been playing. This is going to be for the other tactic, guys. They are going to trigger the press more often, but they are definitely setting themselves up for the other tactic. The question is, do we change straight away, or do we see how we go for the first? I think I've got to be a bit radical and stay in the tactic. I've created this tactic for the pressing teams. Now, it does say that they're going to trigger press more often, but they are going to be sitting back. So it may be a mistake. Oh. Quasi, you can't play, my man. So Aquaman can play and Al-Kadi can come on. Al-Diabat, he can go on the bench. Do we get... No, yeah, we'll put him on the bench. No, we won't, because the players who are on the bench I want on there. Anyone looking tired? No, I think we're all okay. So we'll go with that as the team. Just wondering whether it was worth putting AAA on the bench or not. Yeah, we could put him on the bench, and if necessary, he can play sort of like half an hour at the end. See, there's that message again, which shouldn't be there. So pick off where you left last time. We've got to just watch carefully now to see. I may even make this an extended highlight game, just because we've got this question mark over the tactics. So as you can see, they're sitting off straight away. Poor ball from Al-Absi. For Al-Absi, I should say. We're allowing them to pass the ball around, which is a little bit disconcerting. Nobody closed him down then. That was not impressive. So Sokon should roll that ball out. Nobody's putting him under pressure. I thought he was about to kick it. I would have gone nuts. So Al-Shaboul gets fouled. That's going to be a yellow card, surely. Yep, surely that was a yellow card. As soon as he went down, you thought that was a yellow card. Now, like I say, I'm not totally sure how long we'll persist with this tactic. Oh, no. Mustafa's got to run it all on his own. Oh, right. Tactic is changing. Oh, I thought the game had crashed for a second. But then I'd flipping pause the game. So if you're going to bot my channel, make sure you press the follow. Al-Amari gives it to Mansour. Rawabda. Al-Amari. Mansour. Rawabda. Khatib. This is good little passing session here, and the other Khatib, more Khatib, um, managed to get a shot away and won us a corner, but we don't get to see the corner. So Salim bringing it forward for them. Mustafa, great tackle from Amari. Need to do it again, though. They've still got the ball. Abdallah plays a good ball to Salim, and that is a cracking goal from Tariq Salim. And all of a sudden, I am nervous. We are going to chuck the kitchen sink at them. I know it's early days, but... Oh, poor pass from Khatib. Salim is charging through again, and they are looking like they're going to cream us here. I mean, there's no way this team are third from bottom. Oh, they should be 2-0 up. Look at this. They're just in control. What do we do? Not impressed with how this is going at all. Swap them two over. Al Khatib is coming off. And bad man Yambugi Purev is coming on. Mansour won the ball back quite effectively there. We've gone strikerless. See if we can try and get hold of the ball. Because they are passing around really nicely at the moment. I think I know what I'm going to do for tactics-wise. Opposition instructions. So we'll leave for centre-backs. But what we'll do is with the rest of them, we'll type mark them. And with all of these defence, we shall trigger the press. So good tackle from Al-Shaboul. This is all before those changes. Al-Shaboul again. Buys the foul. Is that the same guy who got booked before? No. So Gonzalez charging forward. Well done. Mansour wins the ball back. Is it a yellow? No. Doesn't do his magic trick of making the card appear. Forgot we're on the extended highlights, aren't we? That's why we're seeing so many highlights. Mansour, Shaboul, Al-Absi. Finds Purev. I think he was offside. We'll drop back to positive. See if we can get a bit more control in the game. So they're not tight marking like I would like. This passage shouldn't be so easy. Deary me. Told them to tight mark them all and they're not doing it. Right, so they need to get back now because it's 4-on-3. He's letting him run past him, having got into a good position. Beginning to wind me up, these players. So this is half time. I don't know why we're seeing the highlight. I mean, they are in for a blasting when they get in at half time. And seriously, they should have been just putting that ball in the box then. Terrible. That's what you're getting from me. I mean, we're way better than these, and we're making them look good. Al-Shati gives it to Shaboul. Al-Absi plays it out to Mansour. Al-Absi again. Runs past his defence. Crosses the ball to the far post. Aquaman was waiting. Couldn't get to it. Kale pulls it back across. The shot is charged down. And now the counter-attack is well and truly on. But Rawabda wins the ball back. Khatib. Poor ball from Khatib. He has really not impressed me this season. Aquaman on the turn. Gives it to Kale. Amari plays the ball through. Kale. Aquaman. Kale. Back to Khatib. Aquaman. Plays it to Amari. Amari charging through. Now Mansour in space. Mansour with the shot. The last person we wanted shooting. I mean, we're creating chances now. That is one thing I will say. Let's encourage. Aquaman. Ball across to the far post. Al-Absi. Great save by the keeper. We're going very attacking again. Al-Shaboul. Purev. Not the best of balls in from Purev. Nice idea, just wasn't executed very well. A long ball forward. Purev will chase. He keeps it in, plays it back to Al-Absi. Al-Absi runs in, gives it to Mansour. Will you stop giving it to the one guy that we don't want to shoot? Players in the box all the time. Great ball. I think this is going to be a goal. Oh, what a shame. He's injured. Hope his legs broke. Right, so tactics. The Sultan can come on for Shaboul. He's not really impressed. And Amari hasn't been playing very well, but neither has Khatib. I think I've got to take Rawabda off and put whatever his name is, Sawafda on instead. We're going to be sat waiting for... Oh, no, it's gone off it. Sometimes when the player's injured, you just get stuck waiting till the guy's been taken off the pitch. It takes a good couple of minutes. Well done, Kale. There's been some good tackles won since we went more pressing. Gotta get into this now, guys. Come on. So Al-Absi, Purev, Al-Absi charges in, gets a shot. That keeper has become brilliant all overnight. Just for this one game only. I just don't know what else to do that we can do to change this now. How many players you're letting get away with these fouls, and then it's always the end of the highlight. See what I mean? Like they've quite literally been given the thing. Right, out of possession now, we're going more attacking. In possession, I mean, what can we do? No idea what else I can do. Right, guys, I think you need to be a little bit quicker with this. I thought Al-Absi was going to get in then. Al-Shati plays it to Kale. Bringing it forward now. You had loads of time. You could have just played somebody through. I'm absolutely gutted we've lost this. We should have absolutely battered these. Oh man, we've lost the ball and that's it. Game over. So these are just going to pass it around now and... Oh. So that's it. End of the game. Disappointing defeat. It was an away game, so we'll not be super harsh on them. I think it just didn't come off for us today. 55% possession. Eventually, we had more shots than them. We were really poor first half, and that has cost us dearly. So it's a bit of a bummer of a way to finish the stream, but I do think it's time to knock it on the head. So, let's just get ourselves onto the messages. We could easily have won that game, and we've ended up losing it. So, and it drags us back into the bottom three. Not into the bottom three themselves, but into the battle for the bottom three, rather than looking at the top four, which is where I would like to be. It's not the end of the world. We have been in really good form over the course of the day in the stream. If you think where we started, we took a bit of a tonking against one of the better teams in the league. But then in the games where we should be getting some kind of result, we got a draw against Ma'an, a win in the cup. A win against the bottom team in the league, a win against one of the better teams in the league, then a good win in the cup before that bitter disappointment of losing there. I will hope that we can perhaps get 2 more wins in these 2 games here, and then we've got a series of difficult games again, 3 difficult league games and a cup game in the middle. That will be either next stream or between streams, or I might even bring back the Leak Town save for the next stream. I don't know. See how I feel. But hopefully, if I'm awake enough, we will stream again tomorrow for a short time. But just want to say for all those who are watching, have watched, or have popped in at some point during the stream, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the follow if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.